come back. Kevin Harvick now out front. Johnny Sauter on a mission, trying to gain positions back after problems on pit road. Bumping and banging everywhere here at the half mile. Crawford.
Sauter got third
on pit road. Timothy Peters, Johnny Sauter, Eric Almirola, and Ron Hornaday. They're your top 5. Then it's Brian Eichler, Mike Skinner, Matt Crafton, Johnny Vinson, and Taylor Malsum. They are your top 10. Just outside the top 10, Austin Dillon and Max Pappas. Like they're in the 12th position. Ray Dunlap.
They've been on the radio with Johnny Sauter talking to him about his truck. He said he's real happy with the balance, real good. They said, are you good enough to go get Harvick? He said, yeah, I'm good enough for Harvick. I'm not worried about him. He said, I think the best race truck on the track is the guy beside me, Eric Almirola. He said, I'm worried about beating the 51, not these 2 guys in front of me. Adam?
Ray, I want to follow up on something Michael said a moment ago in regard to Mike Skinner's strategy. It's very easy at a short track to have a strategy at 8 o'clock in the morning that once the green flag goes in the air, you don't have the guts to execute. I admire the way they have stuck with the plan. Michael pointed out he's restarting 8th here, right where they need to be to make a move to the front. And if we get enough green flag laps, this strategy may very well pay off for the 5, the only driver in the field to have won at this track on 3 different occasions.
I'm telling you guys, I'm not sure if I agree with Johnny Sauter. I think he pretty much has to worry about that too. If Kevin Harvick, what do you think?
Well, he's as close to him as he's been right now. He's right on his bumper late in the going. Hermie Sadler there, Jason White. Both these trucks have had up and down days. Jason's currently riding along in 30th after being involved in that crash off turn 4. Hornaday's day has been certainly interesting, starting back in the 31st spot, and he's been able to gain that track position, and he never gave it away, Phil. They went off strategy for some of these guys, got him some track position, he's been able to keep it.
Coming out of turn number 4. Let's try it one more time. The restart here at Martinsville. Kevin Harvick on the inside, Timothy Peters on the outside.
Keep an eye on Johnny Sauter. If he's able to get by Timothy Peters, he drives it hard in the corner.
Hornaday wanted a little extra room. He got out into the left side of Eric Almirola, but takes that spot away. Now they are bumping and banging down the backstretch. Johnny Sauter and the 17 of Timothy Peters. This is for second.
Ron Hornaday's all over him. Look for him to peek to the inside if he gets a chance. Thought about it right there on the front straightaway.
Timothy Peters trying to keep the momentum up. He doesn't have the preferred line. Here comes Johnny Sauter. Sauter, a little contact again as they go down the backstretch.
Man, that may give Timothy enough room to get to the bottom.
This is so hard.
He gets the position. Timothy Peters takes second back.
Oh, here comes Sauter to the inside.
Sauter again, though.
Look at Mike Skinner. He's closed up on Hornaday. Skinner up to the 6th spot. Oh, look at Johnny.
got sideways, and then Johnny got sideways.
Skinner has worked his way up actually to the 5th position. This is a battle for second just in front of Ron Hornaday.
I had a feeling that was going to be a situation where Johnny Sauter was going to push Timothy through that corner, push him up out of the groove to get underneath him. He knows the laps are running out. We're down to 40 to go.
While all this is happening, Kevin Harvick is smiling inside that helmet, because while they're battling for second, he is pulling away.
I bet he's not smiling yet. I bet he's just thinking, okay, y'all do that for a while. This feels pretty good. Finally, Sauter gets the position. Here comes Hornaday on the inside of Timothy Peters.
Charging hard, too, was Ron Hornaday. And now here comes Skinner in the number 5, trying to take away the 4th spot from Timothy Peters.
Great strategy now. We can say that, Phil. Gene Needham, they played some different strategy, and we can say it's working. That's the best this truck's been all day long. The 5 of Mike Skinner. He's up to the 4th spot. He's going to challenge Hornaday for that 3rd spot.
Look how far off in the distance that 2 truck of Kevin Harvick is.
And how strong that 13 and 33
contact.
Are. Hornaday into the back. Now Skinner in the back of Hornaday. Skinner tries to take 3rd away.
There'll be some more contact right there.
Well, that's just
Skinner and Hornaday battling for 3rd.
You can see Hornaday try to get over to the left to make it more difficult for Skinner to get off the 4th turn, but he couldn't quite turn down there. When he did, he got loose, had to correct to the right. That opened the door for Skinner.
Johnny Sauter holding on to 2nd. Now Hornaday just a nose in front of that 5 of Skinner, but he's got to stay in the outside line. Skinner has the preferred line.
Look at his hands.
Again.
Look at Hornaday's hands.
And what Hornaday did there was try to take that lane away from Skinner. Cut down once he started to exit the corner so that Skinner had to pinch his truck to the bottom. And it worked. Hornaday held the position.
Remember, this season, Hornaday had finishes of 27th and 34th.
Not the way he wanted to start his defense of his title.
Away, 1 back.
Woo, this is good stuff. These guys are all over one another.
Kevin Harvick has a 4.2-second lead over Johnny Sauter. Can Sauter catch up? How about Hornaday running strong, and Skinner and Peters will be back for the remainder of this race after these messages. Welcome back to Martinsville. The 11th caution has come out. It was Hornaday just behind the 13 of Johnny Sauter. Hornaday thought it was time to go. He got into the back of Sauter. Around he went. Mike Skinner gets caught up in this one as well. The 17 of Timothy Peters was able to get by and looked as though he will move up into the 3rd spot, but we'll wait to see what NASCAR says about the move Hornaday made.
Yeah, a lot of damage on that 5 truck of Mike Skinner. He was an innocent victim here when Johnny Sauter got turned around by Ron Hornaday.
I don't think NASCAR is going to say anything about this. Hornaday just got lightly into the back of Sauter, but it was hard enough to spin him out. It didn't look any different than some of the other bumps and slams we've seen today. Ray, what do you see?
Well, just want to let you know the 13 is putting tires on. Johnny Sauter said, I think it's okay. And Joe Shear said, no, the left front is dragging down on the ground. So they'll definitely put left sides on, pull the fender away. What's up with the 5?
And in regard to Ron Hornaday, he talked about hitting Johnny Sauter, and he said it's pretty hard not to hit a guy when I've got Skinner about to run over top of me from behind. He said he's just running right through me. So Hornaday felt all of this a result of how Mike Skinner was driving, and I guess there's no one guilty in this situation.
I love it. Just blame it on the guy behind you.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what happened.
I don't really think that was my fault. It was the guy behind me.
Yeah.
This is 3 and 4.
Because he was clearly running me over.
They're gonna.
There's
the contact right there. Hornaday was able to get in the throttle a little bit before Johnny Sauter, and then after that happened, then the 5 ran in the back of Hornaday. But that's a little bit of a stretch to blame that one on Mike Skinner, I think.
I agree. But you know, you see it differently from inside a cockpit.
We don't know what happened the corner previous to that. Now,
right.
Skinner may have gotten the back around Hornaday the corner previous to that, but that's obvious contact right there from the 33 to the 13.
And what a tough break for Mike Skinner, Gene Needham, and those boys on the 5 truck. They had put themselves in such a great position. But, you know, Sauter, one of the fastest trucks all day, when he got to 2nd, he couldn't go anywhere. Hornaday had caught him, run him down. And you can see why he's faster. Watch. That's why he ran into him.
You can see Ron sounded like he was pretty much off the throttle. He just coasted into him there, it looked like.
the front of the 13 truck.